right, Jayvell, thanks again for taking the time to come out. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Why don't we start with a quick introduction? Could you please introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about your background?
So my name is Dorian Robinson. I'm a 20-year-old aspiring film student at University of Connecticut. I've been working on short film projects for the last year and a half with the aspirations of honing my skills and eventually getting into the industry.
Awesome, great. And what are you most passionate about in life? It's pretty clear, but could you just go in a little bit of detail what you're most passionate about?
I'm most passionate about storytelling, artistry, through visuals, through music, in any way I can inspire others through that. And anytime I can inspire others to do that, it brings me joy and it brings me purpose,
Oh, awesome. Great to hear. Are there any specific careers within media and entertainment that you're interested in?
Yeah, I currently am looking at internships within the content creation field, but I eventually do want to be a producer and director in Hollywood.
In Hollywood, nice. And that kind of already sums up what goals you. Are there any other goals you have for your future, or is that just one particular aspiration that you hold?
I do want to be a creative director of a fashion brand one day. I do have a lot of friends that are in the local scene in Bridgeport where I'm from, and they do have connections within that. So I am going to try to build connections within that as well. And since I have a background of collaborating with people in the creative space in Bridgeport and other things of that nature, I'm going to look into that as well.
Great, awesome. And what does it mean to you to be a part of this career discovery program here at the Village?
Yeah, so career discovery. It really helped me have a better understanding about how certain people got into the industry and how we can build a community. And I think it was really important for not only me but for other students, especially high school students, to really get that hands-on the one-on-one discussions with small groups or just one-on-one industry professionals, because we're not in this alone. If you're going to be in this alone, then you have to be like really into it, and to have that that village, that that knowledge of how we're going to go about it, it's going to be really helpful for our future. So I was really grateful to be a part of this event, and I'm really grateful for the connections that I built, and I'm really happy the opportunity for other students as well, because you don't know what backgrounds people are from. To have that connection is really it's really important.
Great. And then what would you say your biggest takeaway was from the event last week?
I would say the biggest takeaway is find your own voice and forge your own path. I heard a lot of industry professionals talk about how hard it was to get that internship, to get that foot in the door. But you have to also stand out. You have to be resilient and you have to stand out. And that's something that I'm really trying to work on right now, trying to be resilient and standing out, because you don't want to be like everybody else, right? You want to be your own person. You don't want to sound like everybody else, no matter what you do. If you're an artist, if you're a journalist, if a producer, director. So it's really important to to find your own voice, have your own ideas, create your own path.
Was there any particular discussion or conversation that you had with SE Cup or any student that particularly impacted you?
I would say that SE Cup really gave me some good insight about how to build connections outside of whatever industry I'm working in right now, because I know for me personally, I have a unique experience of being at NBC Sports as an intern. So I would be asking her, how do I get connections in this company? How do I start talking to people from higher ups and said company here? And she would basically say, just start going around looking at editing bays, how people are, doing work in there. Start asking around in your own department, because it's not going to fall in your lap. You have to be resilient. You have to forge your own path. So you have to be hungry for it. It's pretty much the gist of what she was saying.
And what do you look forward to in the coming years? What do you wish to accomplish?
I'm really excited about my youth. Just me being young and having these fresh new ideas. I think 10, 15 years down the line, I'll be more polished. But I think this being, a building block and me having these fresh, new ideas, I have room to fail. And plus, 15, 20 years from now, if I am in a higher position, if I do fail, then, it might not work as well. So I got to appreciate this time that I have now and, really try a lot of different things. Especially since I'm in college, I am learning a lot of different things about, video editing, cinematography, script writing. So it's a lot of different things that we're working on, see what clicks and what doesn't click. So I'm really excited about, just trying new things.
Great. And then say you were to have a failure, how would you take that as a learning experience to grow?
You know, I will take that as an opportunity to say, you know, I tried this doesn't work, move forward. You know, since I am trying a lot of new things, you know, I'm only in my junior year of college, you know. So since there's like a broad perspective, there's a broad, you know, amount of things that we're doing. There's a million other things you could do. You could see what doesn't work and what does work. And if it doesn't work out, so be it, you know.
And then how has the Village Community Foundation made this possible for you?
The Village Community Foundation really made it possible by implementing the ideas that I already myself believed in, but since we are young, we do have self-doubt, and them giving me that battery in my back really helped me out. Sometimes you have to hear somebody else say what you're already thinking so you don't feel alone. Sometimes you need somebody else to give you that pat in the back. Sometimes you need somebody to give you words of encouragement. So I really appreciate the Village for giving us the opportunity to build connections, everything like that, but for giving us the battery in our back to keep on going. Because sometimes, you know, we might hear something negative, sometimes things don't work out. But if we have other people saying, you know, you can do this, just go about it this way. You can be your own person if you try this. It's really helpful, and I really appreciate the Village for providing that space for us to be, you know, vulnerable and open about our journey.
I mean, leading on that question, how do you think this program can actually like change the course of your life?
I think that with the ideas that SE Cup, you know, Makita and Danielle, I think the ideas that everybody around me has implemented in me, it, like I said before, you know, give me the battery in my back. It would give me more of the energy to try new things and start talking to a lot more people outside of, you know, my department, my industry. Start talking to people, you know, in other schools, because different perspectives, they make better products, as a wise man once said. So, you know, you do want to appeal to a broader stroke of things. So having as many perspectives as possible, it's going to be helpful in terms of team building and building an actual village.
Right. If you feel like you've already answered this in a way, in so many words, just let me know. But does this program really help you get a foot in the door? If so, what does that feel like?
This program does help me get a foot in the door, and I would say so because just starting off with a conversation with you, Jeremy, you know, just having a conversation with, you know, other people that have connections with the Village, other people have connections to, you know, in this department. So I think it does give me a good feel for what the industry is actually like, how conversations would actually go, and how to build upon that. You know, we're still young. We're still trying to figure things out. So I think this gave us a good opportunity to, you know, feel things out a little bit.
Great, awesome. And then, can you describe what opportunity truly feels like to you?
Opportunity feels like, it's not a golden ticket, but it is something that you should not take for granted. Opportunity is only provided to you if you want to take the opportunity, and it's something that you need to, you know, really. You need to be respectful towards it, and you have to, you know, acknowledge that you have to, you know, try the best you can for that opportunity, you know. I think that opportunity is a great tool for other people to, you know, hone their skills, but for a lot of people, opportunity may be something that, you know, they don't want to do because, you know, they might be, you know, established or accomplished in a way. So I think opportunity, it's a very subjective thing, but for a lot of young people, including myself, it is something that we have to harp on, but it's not a golden ticket to get into the industry. We have to, you know, acknowledge that it is a chance to do something great. Mm-hmm.
And then same thing, what does community mean to you?
Community is one of my it's one of my most important values as a creative, because like I said before, it is this industry is a very community-based thing. So having a community is going to be really important with, you know, going forward in your journey, because you're not going to be able to do all the, you know, the cinematography, the screenwriting, the editing. You're not going to be able to do all the animations. You're not going to be able to do all the, you know, the storyboarding, et cetera, et cetera. So you're going to have a community. You're going to have somebody to talk to. You're going to have somebody to give you words of encouragement. You need to have somebody to do this, and that. Not just saying, you know, I need to get this out of person, but, you know, constant communication. I feel like communication and community go hand in hand in that way, you know?
Are there no limits to what you can accomplish when you have the right people behind you?
I believe that you can accomplish anything when you have the right, you know, community around you, when you have the right village around you, and especially if you have the confidence with the people, you know, if they give you that battery in your back and you have the confidence, you can do anything.
Great.
I've always felt that way.
And And then what can this program offer you that's different and unique?
I believe that this program will provide you the opportunity to give you real life, hands-on experience. Like I said before, talking to industry professionals, et cetera, but it really makes you feel at home. And I feel like that's really important, especially in the space that we are in nowadays, because this is Stamford, Connecticut. It's very densely populated. A lot of people going from New York to Stamford, Bridgeport to Stamford, et cetera. So we have a lot of artists in the area trying to make a name for themselves. So having community, having all this going on, a lot of industries coming up, I feel like that's really important. It's really helpful as well.
Great, good stuff. That's it.
Yeah.
Killed it. Great job, man.
Yeah.
One of the pros.
My name is Jayvell Dorian Robinson. I'm in the DMD field. I'm a filmmaking major. Right now, I'm a writer and director. I'm still in the beginning stages, but I am working on side projects constantly to help polish my skills. Side projects, in-school projects, helping other classmates, and just constantly working on my craft 24/7. When I was 5 years old, I always kept seeing The Dark Knight, and that was a movie that really inspired me throughout my youth, throughout middle school. And by 7th grade, I just decided I wanted to be a film director when I grew up. The MD space in Stanford is a really community-based field where you can meet a lot of different professors, a lot of different students that do a lot of different things. And I feel like with the amount of people that you get to meet and network with, it would help you in different ways. I did not have a network at all. UConn Stanford really helped me build that up from the ground up. Sometimes UConn Stanford isn't all about networking and prolonging your career. Sometimes you can meet really amazing people. I met this wonderful, amazing woman that's almost just like me. We've been dating for 5 months now, and it's been great. For the amount of people I met, the amount of opportunities I got to do projects, it's definitely got me to polish my skills and work on projects that I haven't gotten to work on yet. And it's got me more excited about my future because for the amount of help I have at UConn Stanford. I just like to get my vision out there, just try to collaborate with as many great people as possible.